to another JKJ Craft Beer and Crypto. Folks, we're coming to you. It is a beautiful February day. We're here in Virginia, soaking up the sunshine, so you know what that means? Next week it'll snow. But hey, welcome to Virginia wintertime, man. We love it. We love it here. Everything is going good. This is the greatest day of my life. We are back together. JKJ is sitting here. We've got Javier. I'm here, which maybe that's not a great day for most people, but for me it's a great day. And we've got John here with us. Folks, we are excited to be bringing you some more news. Again, it is February 9th, 2023. So that brings up the question, what the heck's been going on? Guys, what do we got to talk about this week? I know there's a lot of stuff going on with the markets. I know that we've got some things that are kind of brewing out there a little bit that we read. So Javier, what's been happening, man?
Well, no, if you, I don't care what news you watch, but I'm pretty sure if you're watching any of it and anything that talks about the equity markets, the Fed, by now you should be going crazy, right? Because it's a guessing game. Nobody has a crystal ball. Everybody's telling you, the stock market's going to crash. We're in a bear market rally, or we're going to go to the moon from here. There's all sorts of stuff going on right now, and it seems to me that the more I listen, the more I realize that nobody really knows, right?
No, it's all a guess.
So I read all these newsletters. I have subscriptions to quite a few of them, and even inside the company itself, you got some guys that are saying, "Hey, this year we're going to launch," and then there's some others that are saying that, "Hey, January was great, but if you look at historical, maybe by the time we get to the end of the year, you'll find out that it was very flat and actually maybe in the negative." So I don't know, John. What do you think? I think the Fed definitely has a lot to do with it. And which way
the big thing to me is that there's so many forces that are just moving left, moving right, working against each other, working for some interests against others. Stock market's doing okay, but my 401k's down. Like, what is going on? Crypto's up, crypto's down. It's so hard to put your finger on something and make a move and be confident about it anyway. So,
well, really, anytime you look at any one of these, the NASDAQ, the Dow, a lot of times you got to peel that onion back and take a look at who are the heavy hitters inside that, right? So you might be in the NASDAQ, and you, depending on what exchange you're in, you look at it and you go, okay, well, you got the FANG stocks. If they're all down and they account for 50-60% of that entire field, then it doesn't matter what the other stocks are doing, right? Yeah. Probably the ones you own are down. So
well, and I mean, you've got the markets, and then you've got these other factors that are always pressing on this balloon. And is it going to pop out the other side and go shooting up, or is it going to pop and go on the floor? I mean, which one? One of the big things that we hear is, we always hear about these job reports and what's the unemployment number. And heck, I mean, we can't even come to an agreement on what's an unemployment number anymore.
What was it the other day? They said 514,000 jobs or something. You peel that onion back and you look at the graph on it, we had a net loss of full-time jobs and a net increase in part-time jobs. So is that good? Is that bad? How's that play with the markets, right?
Yeah.
The other one, they're saying that right now in the field there are 2 jobs for every 1 person out there seeking a job.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? That means now we got a lot of people hopping between jobs. That means that, okay, I'm going to get a better wage if I hop from here and go to the next job. Well, the Fed wants that to slow down because that's what's creating inflation, right? People with all this money, and so that's why they keep on pumping interest rates up.
And it's really interesting when you look at that too, because you've got these people, we read this stuff that says there's 2 jobs for every person seeking a job, and but yet you look and you see, it's all in the headlines. Meta's laying off 7,000 people, Twitter's laying off this many people. It feels like, and I don't know if it's recency bias or what, but it feels like you're starting to hear more and more and more of this company's laying off this many thousand, they're laying off that many thousand.
And that's why I'm very, very cautious right now, because you hear those layoffs, and have we accounted for that just yet? And those are high-paying, level-paying jobs, right? So do you replace that with 2 part-time jobs or 3?
Right.
So, the housing market hasn't. I mean, the prices are still up on rent. You go to the grocery store, and I don't know about you, but the price of a gallon of milk hasn't come down. The eggs are still expensive. So I mean.
Well, the statistics are so hard to put your finger on because the job in the city is not the same as a job in a rural environment. And if you want to, you can pay somebody an audacious amount to work in the city or try to, and you can't fill a job. You say, I'll pay $150,000 to sit at our front desk and answer phones. Nobody will take that job.
Right.
So, in a rural community, they might, may pay $30,000 for that same job, and you're happy about it.
Certainly.
It's like all the numbers are not the same, and there's so many people that are have made their way through the system on the other side. They're working age and they're not even looking for a job. So and then not all companies are the same either, because you have the purpose of business is to make money. If you have companies out there that are endeavoring in other things besides making money, they're probably laying people off. Meta, places like that. If their central focus is not making money or beholden to their stockholders,
which is good for the stock, right? Which is good for the stock. Unfortunately, you let go of people, and your operating costs go down, and your stock price comes up.
Right.
And there's a division between the stock market, the equity markets, and what's going on in real life. And so, and all this to say that we really don't, have a pulse, a real pulse on what's going on in the markets right now, and what happens in the equity markets. We all know we're so super correlated with the crypto market with equities that you got to pay attention to what's going on in the equity market. That's all we're getting at.
I think there's still some COVID reverberations that are happening, and I don't mean like the disease. I'm talking about the financial ramifications of it, because we're not that far from it financially. There wasn't very long ago the government was pumping money into the economy. The government was printing money, and all of those things. I know that we've got a 10-second news cycle, but those things take time to flesh out into the economy. So there's a lot of things that are moving. The big thing for me is just to be steady making buys, do the dollar cost averaging, just keep your 401k maxed out, just do steady buys in the market, steady buys in crypto.
Yep.
Nothing huge, just keep the press on.
Keep saving and keep investing smartly.
Yeah, that's right. And I think when we read some of these different reports, and I know that we have access to lots of newsletters and different things that are going on, and you see the smart people that are out there in the crypto world right now and are writing all these things. They're bullish. I mean, they feel like things are going to be moving along. But I think to what we said, it's important to be cautious. Don't get swept up in that. I mean, there's a laundry list of factors that are pressing on all that.
We kind of we spoke about it on our last video. We talked about FTX and the mushroom that it is still looming out there. So we know about Digital Currency Group, and we know about Genesis, Gemini, BlockFi, all these companies. We're trying to figure out what the next shoe. So a lot of the smart folks out there in the crypto world are very bullish, hoping that there's not another swan event.
Right.
But a lot of them, if you take a look, and we tapped those numbers last week, are starting to buy back into Bitcoin and into ETH. So these wallets are going from holding a lot of stable coin, a lot of stables, and start to DCA their way into Bitcoin and ETH. So I continue DCA.
One time out real quick. Speaking of BlockFi, scam alert here. Did you guys get an email asking to verify your account for the bankruptcy case? I
shut them down, and I haven't even looked back at them.
I think I got one,
I got an email asking to verify my account with BlockFi for the bankruptcy processing or something like that, and it was a total scam.
So if you're not doing it, if you get an email like that, kind of like with your own bank account, it's the same thing.
Oh, exactly.
Go to the source. So go into your app, go into the page there, sign back in, and figure out if they're asking for that information there. Don't answer the email.
Never click a link on your email.
Never do that.
No, the app will clearly ask if they need you to verify something. It'll tell you in the app. There'll be the little red dot by the messages. So
definitely.
check that for sure. Javier, one of the other things that I know we talked about earlier was the SEC, and they're starting to look at staking, and they're starting to look at some of the other things that are going on within the different exchanges.
I belong to this group of what I call, they're the smart ones, and nothing against you guys, but
Hey, well, whatever. I'm smart when it comes to beer.
These guys live and breathe. These folks live and breathe crypto. In fact, a lot of them don't. That is their job specifically. Is the crypto markets. We're busy. We do stuff, and we only catch up when we read and we talk, right? So, but a lot of these guys, yeah. So I haven't posed a question to them, and I haven't heard in any of our video conferences speak to this whole thing. There's a rumor out there that the SEC is going after staking. We know the SEC is going after everything crypto, and they want to. But where is this going to go, and what does that mean for cryptocurrencies? I'm going to pose that question to them. My thought initially is, okay, if you're in a centralized exchange and you're staking, which by now you shouldn't, it means that how are they going to come after that? What are the tax implications? I mean, anyway, you make a percentage on your tokens. You're already paying taxes on that. You're already paying taxes. So I'm not sure exactly what the SEC is coming after in that case. Are they going after the DeFi network? But again, it should be, if you got your wallets and you did Zen Ledger, you did Coinology, or any one of these tax things, all that gets scooped up. So I'm not entirely sure what they're after.
It could be tax, it could be fiduciary, it could be regulations, it could be all kinds of things. They may just want to kill it.
Yeah. Well, you can't. A bank cannot touch any staking. Period. Hands down. A bank with their interest rates on your checking or your savings account, I think the lowest staking out there gives you like 0.5%. Do you even get 0.5% in a bank account anymore? No.
If you get a 10-year CD, you might.
I was gonna say, yeah, you get out.
Yeah, so even the lowest denominator in the staking world pays better than your savings account.
Well, I mean, it's interesting. There's a whole lot of these things that play into it, and I know we've kind of been bouncing around on some different things. Some different things that are in the news and some different factors that are out there. I know Gemini was in the news also. That was one more thing we wanted to touch on.
It's like, okay, it looks like
fingers crossed. Maybe
I've got $524 in curves.
Watch out, the SEC's listening.
We're on the internet.
So they just they've stamped an agreement inside their bankruptcy hearings here in the bankruptcy court, where with Genesis they agreed that they're going to provide $100 million into the pot to restore the Gemini Earn group. Those of us that had anything in there that was staked, they hoping to make us whole. So let's see how that works out. That's still just on paper, but it's a very nice. I forget the twins that are running Gemini, but that actually works out real nice if they're able to make at least portion of the folks there, some of us at least halfway whole.
So tune back in if you had a Gemini account.
Yeah, so keep looking at it. It's in the news. Go track it down, and I'm pretty sure there'll be more information on that. So.
That's it. Well, fellas, this was fun getting back together again. It was good having the whole crew sitting here. Got us a nice, cool beverage to enjoy this beautiful, warm day with. So,
hey, hold on a second. I want to raise a glass to your balloon reference. That was well done.
Right,
well done, sir. Nice.
We're doing current events. So
events.
Try to throw the balloon out there.
Can't miss the balloon.
I'm waiting for the balloon beer stein to come floating by and see if Germany's buying one too, but we'll see. Hey, everybody, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time to be a part of this. You know where you can find us. Go to jkjdigitalassets.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at jkjdigital. We're putting stuff out there on the social media platforms. Again, great day, great times being back together. We hope you find some of this information useful. We hope you find it enjoyable. And just keep on doing what you're doing, folks. Be smart, keep investing, and whatever you do, do it well. Y'all have a great day.
Peace.